Tonight, the death of a man after a confrontation with corrections officers in Knox County is triggering the release of almost 11 hours of security and body camera video. One Knoxville lawyer says David Batts was punched, tased, and targeted with a chemical spray in custody. Investigators determined his death was caused by the infection linked to meningitis, not his treatment in jail. The sheriff released the video of the events almost 3 weeks after it happened. As his proof, his officers did nothing wrong. We want to show you this timeline here. We've recapped some of it. This is when Mr. Batts arrives at jail, close to 2:30 in the afternoon on the afternoon of January 7th. Here, he starts to refuse orders, and deputies force him into a cell. And for the next 9 hours, they monitor him through security cameras. Now, that night, he is moved out of the cell again. And before midnight, medical staffers suggest he needs to go to the hospital. This is where we bring in 10 News reporter Avery Gingrich to review the video and how those hours played out. Avery?
John, deputies at the detention center interacted with David Batts for about 10 hours. The sheriff says Batts was non-compliant and combative, justifying the actions of his officers. Now, much of the time in the footage shows deputies trying to coax Batts into changing his clothes. A warning, the video you're about to see does show physical violence.
Let me send my condolences to the Batts family.
Knox County Sheriff Tom Spangler was somber but resolute Monday afternoon. His office has released body cam and security footage of his officers interacting with David Batts on the night of January 7th.
And there's no need for me to answer any questions about the video here now. The video is what it is, and you'll see what went on.
During almost 10 hours, we're looking at 4 combative moments. Around 2:22, deputies assess Batts in a garage. He appears disoriented, incapable of unbuckling his seatbelt. His response to most questions is one word: all right. Within 7 minutes, deputies move Batts into a cell, and it's where he continues refusing orders and offering short responses. For the first time, we see deputies turn physical to try and move Batts out of his clothes. The force increases: pepper spray, a taser, and deputies appear to punch him at least twice. For 9 hours, Batts stays alone in a cell. Around 11:10 at night, deputies and the nursing staff attempt to test his vital signs. Again, Batts refuses orders. And back out of the cell, and jailers spend almost half an hour trying to get him in the jail clothes. At one point, deputies put a mask over his face, gloves on his hands. It's now that the decision is made to take him to the hospital.
I think what was put out there was that we beat him to death. That did not happen. Period.
David Batts was taken back to UT Medical Center. It's where Knoxville police officers had arrested him earlier in the day for causing harm to a staff member. On January 8th, David Batts died from what autopsy results have shown were complications tied to meningitis. John?
Avery Gingrich walking us through the video. We also have reached out to attorney Ben Crump, who is being retained by the Batts family and have yet to hear back. Avery, again, we appreciate your reporting.